So my sister tells me that she had coronavirus back in, I want to say late January. Now my sister, what are you barking at? She's a hypochondriac. She's had everything. Then I've had a customer that I ran that was in about 10 days ago. He said, yeah, him, his wife, and 2 kids had it back in December. Like, well, and I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. Then I met a guy not too long ago, as a government employee, and I said, hey, you got the time off? Well, you get time off with pay. He said, well, they actually cut him out loose early before everybody else because he said, I already got the coronavirus. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, he got it back in December. And he can't go back to work. They kicked him out like a week or 2 early before everybody else. He can't go back to work until they can prove, they'll give him something to see if he has the antibodies. They assume he has it, but they want to make sure he's really over it. But he had it back in December. And he says, when they let the government employees back in, you'll know that thing's over. And I said, well, what do you think about the whole shutdown, the whole thing? He goes, well, the government shutdown, as far as our governor, this lines you up for a lot of federal money. He said, that's why everyone's done it, for the most part. Well, we got to have this thing. Even towns, cities, counties, or whatever, done some sort of shutdown, some sort of emergency situation, because it qualifies them for federal money. He said they can't pass that up. So I went to I talked to a guy about herd immunity, which was a big topic, but I don't want to go into that. But today, I go to work, and when we deal with customers, we have to wear a mask. So I got this mask on. I deal with these 2 guys, and the guy says, I'm just curious, why are you wearing the mask? I'm like, duh. And he says, are you wearing it because you're concerned about the virus? Or are you wearing this? I said, we're wearing this as a regulation, in a sense. For us to do business, we have to have this on. I said, I'm not worried. I'm not overly worried about the virus. He goes, yeah, you should be. That's why I brought it up. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, I was going to tell you, don't worry about it. I'm like, well, who the hell are you? And these guys were nurses. They are nurses, not worried. They're nurses. And their claim, I'm not saying this is the truth, and I just thought this was very interesting. Their claim is that the reason California numbers are still fairly low is we went through the coronavirus December, January, February. It's already blown through here. And their belief is it goes east, not what, we look at New York now and all this stuff. But he says, we've already gone through this. And because they saw so many people dealt with these symptoms, but there was they weren't, I don't think he said they were testing for it, but he said, we told these people, no, you don't have the flu, but these are the flu-like symptoms you're going to deal with. You've got something, whatever the case is. And he says it wasn't until they started, and originally they didn't want to look at like whether it was this thing or not. But he said, California's already had it. It's already come through here. And whether that's true or not, I have no idea. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Meeting a lot of people that claim they had it back in December and January. And then these 2 nurses claiming the same thing. It's already gone through here. Now, this could be a second round or whatever, that I don't know. But their belief that the reason the numbers were low, or have been low, is because they've already gone through it. So many people have already have the antibodies. I don't know, but I thought it was kind of interesting. No, I'm not going to go there. Love you. God bless.